guys, I am Osman Sani Mohammed. This afternoon I greet you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I will remind you subscribe and then share it to your friends. You can leave a comment, I will go and read and reply if necessary. Today we are going to learn algebraic expression, and please, I will remind you, keep in touch so that you will get everything, and afterwards you will see that you've enjoyed it.
So first, I will start by teaching you how to perform some of the simple operation given two different variables. So let's start by addition or subtraction. When you have a variable that is a and another variable that is b, and they say you should add it, because if you are not giving any figures for them, it will still be the same. Okay, so a plus b will be equal to a plus b. So this one, let me see, these ones will be equal to a plus b. So it's the same a plus b or the same a minus b respectively. So when you have this is for addition. Okay, when you are given two different algebraic expression, by the way, it has to do with variables. Okay, variables, alphabets, and then figures. So you can either be given any variable that is either a, b, c, d, e, f. You can also be given a figure that is 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can also be given some of the operations, okay, in math. So they will either say a or 2a plus maybe b. You see, the a and b are the variables, and the 2 is the figure, and this is the mathematical operation. Okay, so when they give you two variables multiplying each other and they tell you to find the answer, it's going to be the same thing, just that you will remove the multiplication sign. It will be ab. Okay, and most of the times it is arranged alphabetically, you understand, to ab, not ba. Even if they give you b times a, you will arrange it alphabetically, so it will still be ab. Okay, what if they give you a plus a? You see, this is equal to this is a, this a, but they are saying you should add them. Then you count the number of a's, they are 2. Okay, then you say 2a. If they give you a times a, if you have learnt in indices, it will tell you that you will count the number here and then you will put it on top of 1. So this is a square, you understand? So a times a is giving you a square and not 2a. You have to know the difference. This is plus, this is times. What if they give you an operation to perform using the same variable? You see, m is here, but they say m minus 2m, you understand? So you have 1m and then you borrow 2m. What will be your actual depth if you use the 1m and satisfy it? So you see, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, right? So you are going to get minus m, you understand? So m divided by d, this one, you see, you just write it m over d straight away. You get it? Let's say if they give you m plus 3d, this is just the simplest form. You can't express this thing in any other form again. It will still be m plus 3d. Why? Because m and d are not like terms. They are not the same things. Okay. What if they give you something like this: x over y plus 2x over y? Okay, let me leave this thing now, and that will be the next thing we are going to do. Okay, so based on what we have just done, let me give you some small example for you to try and see. So I'll make a rule here. So I'll say solve 2a plus b plus 2b plus maybe 3a. This one, what you are going to do is that you will first group like terms. Okay, you first group like terms over here. You see, a is here, another a is here, so you bring them closer. 2a plus 3a. Then the b, so b and then 2b. You see this one and this one. So you will now add it. This 2 plus you have 2 a's and then you bring another 3 a's to add, so you get 5 a's in total. And then the b's too, you have 1 and then you bring 2 to add, you get what? 3b. Okay, So the next thing we are going to do is fractions that involves algebra, just like this one. Okay, you see, algebra is just the alphabet or the variable. So when you have fractions that involve this alphabet, when questions are given you on those things, I'm going to teach you how you can simplify it and then solve it if possible. So fractions involving algebra, when they give you a over b, let's first do for addition. Okay, so a over b plus c over d. In fact, at the normal circumstance, when you have 2 over 3 plus 3 over 4, or let me say 5 over 4, like this, what you will do first is to find the LCM, right? Okay, so here the LCM would be what? 3 and 4. What is the LCM? Is 12. Okay, and then you see 12, 2 will enter 12 how many times? 6. And then 4 will enter 12 how many times? 3. Okay, then you multiply it by this one. This one too is being multiplied by this 2. This one is also multiplied by this 5. So you solve and then you get your answer. This is what? 12. This is what? 15. So 27 over 12. You got in your answer like that. But let's come here. How do you find LCM for 2 different variables or 2 alphabets? You just multiply them. Okay, so you see the LCM is what? BD. Okay, then you multiply this BD, this LCM, by this whole thing, so it will be A over B multiplying BD. You see that B will cancel B, so you will be left with AD. Then you come and write this AD here. You get it? So this is the plus sign. You bring this plus. Then you take this thing, and that is where should I even write it? Here, C over D, right? You multiply it by the LCM, that's BD. You see that this will do away with this. So what is left now? It is left with this and this, right? So CD. Okay, then you write CD. So this is the simplified form, or this is the solved, or just the simple form of this A over B plus C over D. Okay. So right away we'll go and then take some examples and then solve. When you are given, let's solve the first example that we did. X over y and then plus maybe 2x over maybe y again. You see, at the normal circumstance, when you have 2 over 3 plus maybe 6 over 7, or 6 over the same 3, you see here the LCM is the same. Okay, the denominator rather is the same. Here the denominator is the same. Okay, so 3 here, 3 here. What you do normally is to pick one of these 3, just write 3 for the denominator. Okay, and then this place to you write 2 plus 6. Nothing has been done, just that nothing has been done to the denominator. Okay, just that you will only add the numerators if this one is addition. Okay, so this would give you 8 over 3. It's the same thing that is going on here. Because the LCMs are the same, you are not going to do anything for the LCM. You only pick one, and then you are not going to do anything for the denominators, rather you only pick one, and then for the numerators you just add, since their denominators are the same. So x plus 2x, you see that you are getting 3 of the x, you understand? So 3x over y. So this is the answer when they are given when you are given algebraic expressions in fractions to solve. So the next one is the next thing we are going to look at is how to expand a given bracket. How to expand a given bracket when you are given, or let me say, x plus y in a bracket, multiplying another bracket, maybe z plus d, like this. How do you do it? You first take this one, right? X, so you write x, then you multiply it by this thing, the other bracket, the whole of the other bracket. So then you come and you pick this sign, that is plus, right? Plus y. then you multiply it by the next or the other bracket again, so z plus d. Okay, so from here right away you just expand, you multiply it gradually. So this one x times z, okay, so you get so xz plus x times d will give you what, dx, right, plus y times z will give you yz plus this y times d, so dy. Okay, so this is just the expanded form of this bracket. So let's take another example. Let's say you are given 2x plus maybe 3y in a bracket, multiplying to maybe 3x plus 2y. What do? You first, anything that is here, you just take that one, that's 2x, right? It's 2x that is there. Then you pick the next bracket, the other bracket, so 3x plus 2y. Then you come and pick this sign, that is plus, right? And you add this 3y. 3y is also being multiplied by the next bracket. That's what you multiply for this 2x. You are multiplying the same thing for this 3y. So it will be 3x plus 2y. You see, this and this are equal, and this plus this are in the same bracket. You understand? So you expand this thing. So 2x multiplying 3x, the figures will, or the variables will multiply each other, whilst the figures multiply each other. So this is 2 times 3 is what, 6, right? And x times x, you know from indices that it will be x squared. Okay, so plus. Why am I saying plus? Because I know the definitely the next one is going to be plus because of this sign. Okay, so 2x is multiplying 2y. The figures will multiply each other. 2 times 2 will be 4. Okay, and then the alphabets or the variables are going to multiply each other. So x times y will be xy. Then you go to the next one. Okay, I've written this sign, that's plus. Then you go to the next one. So 3y multiplying 3x, the figures will multiply each other. 3 times 3 will be 9, and then x is multiplying y will be xy. Okay, y here multiplied this x and I got xy, so plus. Bear in mind, I told you should arrange it alphabetically. See, x comes before y, you understand? That's why I brought xy here. Then you multiply 3y by this 2y. So 2 will multiply 3 first, that is 6, right? Then y will multiply y, will give you y squared. You understand? But you are not yet done, because you have like terms. You see, this one is equal to this. So you will make sure that it is containing one of this xy. So 6x squared plus, this is 4xy. You have 4 of this xy, and you have another 9 of the same xy. So when you add them, it will be 9 plus 4. That will be what? 13, right? Then you bring xy plus 6y squared. So you see, we have expanded this whole bracket. This is the simplified and then the expanded form of this bracket. Okay, so when you get something like this, there is nothing you can do about it again, unless maybe you are given figures for the variables where you will have to substitute, and then you get your answer. When they say maybe if x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3, then substitute it. If they say you should substitute these things into this equation or this expression and come out with a figure, this is what you will do. So it will be 6x is 2, right? So wherever I see x, I put 2 there from this equation. So this is x, and I've put in 2 there, plus 13 x, this is x, right? So I'm putting 2 there, and then y, I'm putting what? 3 there, plus 6y. Y is what? This is y, right? And y is 3, so 3. This is y squared, so I will square it 2. Then you multiply 6. You know that 2 squared is 4. 13. 2 times 3 is 6, right? Plus 6 multiplying 9. Understand? So from here you go on to find this will give you 24. This will give you, this time this is 18, remember that one, this is so 78 plus 6 times 9 will give you 54, right? So that's 54. So from here you add, okay? When you add, whatever you get, you put it here. So let's take one question and then move forward. Let's say you are given this bracket, a plus d in a bracket, and then ab minus d in a bracket to expand. Understand? You see, this is ad, right? You pick this first one, ab rather. So this is ab. Then you pick this whole bracket, that is ab minus d. Then you come and pick this next one is plus d, right? Then it should multiply this whole bracket again. So ab minus d. So you will do it gradually. When I told you like terms, these ones are like terms, right? A and then b, understand? So ab multiplying the same ab will give you ab square. So ab square. Do you understand? So minus ab. This minus is because of this minus I brought is because of this minus, okay? So ab is multiplying d. You know they are variables. You just bring them together. So abd, because this is a, this is b, this is d. You don't know their this thing. It's only the sign you know. So you bring this sign and then abd, the same thing. So plus d multiplying ab. So it's just abd again. Abd. You understand? And then d is multiplying d, but this d is minus, so you bring minus, so d times d is d square. Do you understand? So here you see this is a minus abd and this is plus abd. When you have minus and then plus of the same magnitude, they cancel, okay? So you get a b in a bracket square minus d square. You see that this one was a difference of two squares. You understand? So let's learn. Let me take you through just few examples of the difference of two squares as we continue with the expansion of the brackets. So let me say, when you have anything like x squared minus y squared, put in mind difference of two squares has to do with only minus. You understand? So if this place is plus, it is not a difference of two square expression. So when you have x squared minus y squared, what you do is you just pick x minus y in one bracket, and then you pick another bracket, x plus y. You see? So you have factorized it like that. That's just the factorization or the factorized form of this expression. So when you see anything like xy minus maybe a in a bracket, and then let's say xy plus a, you see this is plus and this is minus, right? It's showing you that let me say the question that they solved it or they factorized these things from was a difference of two square question. You see, this xy is equal to this same xy. This a is the same a. What differ in the two brackets is only the sign. You understand? It's only this plus and this minus. Then you know that what they factorized was xy in a bracket square minus a square. You understand? So if you have something like this, maybe a plus b in a bracket, and then a minus b in another bracket like this, and they tell you to expand this one, don't waste your time. You know this a is equal to this a, this b is equal to this b. The brackets only differ by these signs, right? Then you say a square minus b square. That is just the expanded form of this bracket. Understand? So here let's go to the next part of my lesson. The next thing we are going to learn is how to simplify a given expression, okay? A given algebraic expression. But here let's talk about how to factorize first. Factorize. Instead of this simplify, let's say how to factorize given expressions that are algebraic, okay? So when they give you something like 3x squared plus 4x minus 6 plus let me see minus, okay, let's take the equation again. 3x squared, right, minus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. When you are given this equation, this is a quadratic equation, right? When you are given this equation, to factorize or to simplify, know that this has to deal with variables, right?
That's a lie.
So it has to do with variables, okay? That's why I call it this in a quadratic or an algebraic expression, okay? So when you are given something like this to factorize, what do? You know, this is to the power x square, right? And this one is to the power 0. So you pick this one. Okay, let me compare this whole thing with this equation. Ax squared plus bx minus or plus c is equal to 0. When you are given this equation, any equation like this to factorize, you compare it with these things, okay? So what you will do is that you first multiply a and then c. So here the a is 3 and then the c is minus 3. So you multiply it. So 3 times minus 3 will give you what? Minus 9, right? This is the equation we are factorizing. So this 3 times minus 3 will give you minus 9, okay? And then after you found this minus 9, you go on to find factors of 9, right? Factors of 9 that you will, okay, it's like there was a mistake with the question. This is 2, okay? This is 2. So it will be 2 times minus 3, which will give you minus 6, okay? So you will go on to find factors of this AC, factors of this minus 6. That when you add, you will get this minus 5, okay? Don't worry, we will do another example so that you get it clearly. So this time this gives us minus 6. What are the factors of minus 6? Let's write the factors of minus 6. When you take 1, it will be multiplied by minus 6 to give you minus 6. When you take 2, it will be multiplied by minus 3 to give you minus 6. When you take 3, it will be multiplied by what? Minus 2 to give you minus 6, right? When you take 6, it will be multiplied by minus 1 to give you minus 6. You understand? So all these numbers are factors, okay? These are the factors of 6, minus 6. Let's consider which one we will add and get this minus 5, okay? So this is 1 times minus 6. This one, when you add 1 and minus 6, you are getting minus 5. You understand? When you add this one and then minus 6, you are getting minus 5. So I think this is what we will take. So let's write the equation again. The equation, instead of, okay, let me write 2x squared minus this, instead of this 5x, I'm adding x to this factors, okay? So minus 1x, which we see x, that one should be plus rather, then it will be minus 6x and then minus 3. You see, when you add this x and then minus 6x, you are getting minus 5x, okay? So when you add this x and then minus 6x, you are getting minus 5x. That's why I took that one. So it's equal to 0. 2x squared plus, so it's equal to 0. You see that this one, you have a common term, which is x, right? You can factorize x out. So when you factorize x out over here, what do you get? You get 2x what plus 1, right? And here too, you can factorize minus 3 out. You understand? So minus 3 out. So minus 3 times what will give you minus x? You get 2x, right? And then plus 1 is equal to 0. So you pick this one and this one. So it will be x minus 3 in a bracket, and then you bring any of these brackets. That is 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So when you, after you've done it this way, the only thing you are going to write is that x minus 3 in a bracket 2x plus 1. Because it was an equation they gave you, you leave it this way. But if they had given you an expression, just the 2x square minus 5x minus 3, that one, after this one, you just you will not equate it to 0 again. It will be minus x minus 3 multiplying 2x plus 1, all in their brackets. You understand? So this is just the simplified or the factorized form of this one. Okay, let's take another question. When they give you something like this, 2n in a bracket m plus n, and then plus n square plus 3mn. You learned how to expand bracket, right? This is a bracket. You have this 2n in front. What do? You just multiply it, each of those in a bracket, by this 2n. You understand? So you see 2n multiplying m. So it will be 2nm. But I told you should arrange it alphabetically, okay? So it will be 2m and then n. You get it? Then 2n multiplying n again. The 2 will come first because this is 2, this is 1. When you multiply it will be 2, and then this n times n. N times n will give you what? N square, right? Then you continue writing this one, n square plus 3mn. We get it? So this is mn, this is mn, this is n square, this is n square. What do? You group like terms right away. So you get 2mn plus 3mn, and then plus this 2n square plus this n square, right? This n square. Okay. So when you get something like this, you just go on to simplify it. Let it contain only 1mn and then 1n square. Okay, so 2mn. If you have 2 of mn and then you have 3 of mn again, when you add them, you are getting 5mn. Okay. So if you have n square, then you add if you have this n square and you add this 2n square, what do? 2 plus 1 is 3. You get 3n square. Okay. So this one will be the answer. Okay. Let's take the last example and then see what we will do next. After this one, we are going to word problems. That is where we will be given statements and we will have to convert them to mathematical expressions, okay, using algebra, that is the variables. So let's take this example. If they give you something like this, 3n and in brackets n plus 2n in brackets m minus n, and they tell you to expand this bracket or simplify this expression. This is an algebraic expression. They tell you to simplify it. What do? You say 2mn. You see, this is 3 rather. This is 3n multiplying n. This one is multiplying this, so it will become 3mn. Okay. Then this 3n will also multiply this n. Okay. So it will become 3n squared. And then this 2n will multiply this n, so it will become 2mn minus, this is 2n multiplying this minus n. That's why I brought this minus. Okay, so it's because this is minus that I brought this minus. To become 2n square. So what do you do next? You bring all those containing the n squares closer. Okay, so let me see. Let's bring those containing mn first. So it will become 3mn plus, this is plus 2mn, and then the n squared 2 will come. So this is so, and then this n squares will also come. What are we doing? We are grouping like terms, right? So I'll write this 3n square minus this 2n square. This is what I just did. So what do you do next? You just perform the operations, providing it is solvable. So this is 3mn, this is mn, and this is the same mn. When you have 3 of mn and another person brings you 2 of the same mn, what do you have? You have 5 of them, so 5mn plus you have 3n squares, and someone comes for 2 of them. How many is it left? It's left with only 1n squared. So you have this one at the simplified form of this one. You understand? So once you understand these things, that's algebra. Okay, let's go on to solve few word problems, and then that will bring us to the end of our lesson. Now what we are going to do next is solving word problems. We have to learn some of the terms they normally use when they ask questions involving word problems on algebraic expressions. So sometimes they use these words: more than, less than, twice, thrice, and then triple or quadruple. You can say they can say product. Okay, product. They can say sum. So when they say more than, what do they mean? Let's go right away to solve something so that you will understand. When you are reading a word problem and then you hear more than, let's say x is 5 more than y. How do you express this one in algebraically? How do you express this statement algebraically? This whole statement, how do you express it algebraically? X is 5 more than y. That means when you want to find x, you have to subtract. You have to add 5 to y before you get x. X is 5 more than. X is 5 more than y. That means when you write x, you have to add 5 to y before you get it. Okay, so it will be y plus 5. You understand? So x is equal to 5 more than y. You have to add 5 to y before you get x, because it is 5 more than, it is more than this one by 5. You understand? So you can also write it the other way. You see, if x is more than y by 5 and you subtract 5 from x, what are you getting? Y. So you can also write it this way. You understand? So let's come to less than. When you hear less than, when they say maybe x is 3 less than maybe y, how do you express this statement algebraically? X is 3 less than. That means they are saying x is less than y, but it is by 3. So if you want to get x, you have to subtract 3 from y. You understand? X is less than y, but it is less than y by 3. You understand? You can also write it the other way. If x is less than y and it's by 3, and when you add 3 to when you add 3 to x, what do you get? So x plus 3 should give you y. You understand? When you subtract 3 from this one, you should get this x. So you can write this one both this way or the other way. You get it? Okay. Let's express these statements algebraically, and then I'll come to the end of the lesson. If they say, okay, let me put those ones. Okay. We are expressing these questions algebraically. We are only expressing this algebraically. Kofi is twice older than Amma. So Kofi is twice older than Amma. How do you do it? Let's say Kofi's age. Is let's say Kofi's age is x, and Amma's age is y. Okay, and they are telling you that Kofi's age is 2 times Amma's own because he's twice older than Amma. How do you express it algebraically? So Kofi's age is x and Amma's own is y, but Kofi's own is equal to 2 times Amma's own. So you are done. with this Kofi is twice older than Ama. So provided Kofi's age is equal to X and Ama's age is equal to Y. This is the algebraic expression for that statement, or this is the mathematical expression for that statement. Let's go to the next one. Ama has 10 mangoes more than Kofi. Ama is having 10 mangoes more than Kofi. So let's say Ama, let's say Kofi's the number of mangoes that Kofi is having. Let's say Kofi's mangoes are M. We don't know the exact number of Kofi's mangoes, but we only know that Ama's mangoes are 10 more than that. So let's say Ama's mangoes are N. So if we want to express this statement, Ama has 10 mangoes more than Kofi. Kofi has in algebraic expression, then we see the number of Ama's mangoes, that is N, is equal to Kofi's own plus 10. You understand? So Kofi's own is M plus 10. You read the question again. That Ama has 10 mangoes. So this is Ama's number of mangoes. This is N, right? And then this is M for Kofi's numbers. This is M for the number of mangoes that Kofi is having. So we are given in the statement that Ama is having mangoes more than Kofi. So Ama is having mangoes more than Kofi is having, but it is he's having 10 more than that. So Ama's own is equal to Kofi's own plus 10. You understand? So this is how we express that in algebraic expressions. So let's take the third one. This is number 3, and then we will come to an end of for the lesson. Okay, so Kujo has 5 mangoes. Kujo is having 5 mangoes. Let's say Kujo's mangoes are M, and then Aman's mango are N. And in the question that Kujo has 5 mangoes less than Ama, so it means Kujo is really having Kujo's mangoes are less than Ama's own. So when you write M, that's for Kujo, it's less than Ama's own, which is N. How? By what? By 5. That means you have to subtract 5 from this Ama's own before you get Kujo's own. So this is the algebraic expression for that statement, which was Kujo has 5 mangoes less than Ama. I think you are blessed and you have enjoyed the lessons.
You made it, right? It was interesting. I'm telling you, if you want to have moments of this sort, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, and then share my videos. If they are interesting, you can leave a comment. I'll go and read and then reply if necessary. Please, I want you to be reminded of this and share my videos to your friends, okay? And then also subscribe. Tell them to also subscribe, okay? Shout out to Alpha Sylvester. Shout out to National Derek, my main man. Shout out to Mr. Godfrey in Damascus. Shout out to all my friends. Maxwell is there. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And the next video is gonna be a motivation. So I'm telling you, keep in touch with my channel, and always we will have a blessing moment.